This is the Archangel 2210 here to talk to you about the slightly controversial Catwoman costume for the upcoming Batman movie, Batman the Dark Knight Rises, excuse me. Now, a lot of people have talked about how they were very. What's the word I'm looking for? Not exactly a fan of the costume. Now, although I was a little disappointed, I don't love the costume, but I'm not hating it. Now I'm going to defend it to an extent. Now I'm sure people are probably thinking, but you always get offended with Wonder Woman, and she's a kind of character. Well, that's different because they don't just get the costume wrong; they get the entire character wrong for Wonder Woman. This is different completely. Now, I think what he was trying to do, because when I looked at it, not right away, but I looked at it. It reminded me of the old 1960s version of Batman, the Catwoman costume that she had, where she had it was basically like a cat suit with a little belt, with the eye mask and the little ears in her hair, just like Anne Hathaway's wearing. And I really think that's what he was trying to accomplish. Trying to like a modernized version of that particular costume, because let's remember, his version of all these movies, they're not your typical DC Universe films. They're not we're not diving into the DC Universe. He's kind of bringing parts of the DC Universe into our world, characters from DC Universe into our world, and making it more realistic and gritty, where they can live in this universe. Now, and it kind of creates this tangent, this separate universe altogether by doing so. So, I'll admit I kind of was looking forward to a costume of a picture that you've seen right now, where it's pretty much like goggles, the full cowl, the gloves with the little thing, the the short boots with like the the rubber soles, so that she could like more thief type of gear, type of thing, like basically what the costume I was looking like, the costume she's wearing in the upcoming game Batman Arkham City, pretty much like that, with like the short hair, the short black hair, the goggles and the cowl and everything. Pretty much that look is what I thought he was going to go by, because I figured that would translate nicely to film. Um, and like I said, I don't hate the costume. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I'm lukewarm about it. And and in the very beginning, we were all thinking, okay, maybe this is just the first draft of the costume and the film, and then maybe later she'll get the full cowl. I don't think so. Because there are more pictures popping up, her and seen wearing that basic costume with the basic mask and the little ears. So I think that is the costume. That is the costume. So I'm not hating it. I'm I'm not hating it, not loving it. I'm really lukewarm about it. And the thing is, we've had a lot of different Catwoman costumes in live action that we've seen, and this is a fourth live action Catwoman costume that we've seen. Now, the 1960s Batman costume, that counts. That was one incarnation. It's similar to, and then we don't get one that I'm aware of till the 1990s, 1992, I believe it was, of Michelle Pfeiffer in that Catwoman costume. Now that was probably my favorite incarnation of Catwoman for a while. Um, Character wise, style wise, that was just my favorite incarnation. But upon looking at it when I got older, and I was like, that's pretty much just a corset with boots and a leather bodysuit. That's pretty much all it was, and that's pretty much the inspiration when they did Halle Berry movie, which was really bad. I'm not defending the Halle Berry costume at all. I'm just because that was more like a stripper costume where they were like, okay, in the Batman movie, how she got a costume is that she cut up her leather jacket and then she made it a costume, and they were like, okay, let's do that with this. That she cuts up a leather outfit and she makes it into a costume, and it's like, I don't know about that. But with this, she's a thief, so I think I don't know if they're gonna actually make her thief in this movie. It really looks more like she's really more of an ally to Batman, because they show pictures of her and Batman like almost working together. Like nothing really has been released story wise. Nothing has been released story wise. Just pictures and theories and basically rumors. Like nothing is official because it's a whole year until the movie's actually gonna come out. It's still a whole year, so everyone's getting all hyper and they're like, oh, and I think everyone, like, when the movie finally comes out, and we do have a teaser trailer, but I mean like a full like 2-minute trailer. When we finally have a full 2-minute trailer closer to when the movie comes out, everyone will probably calm down and everyone will be like, okay, be worried for nothing. So personally, I think it's gonna be a great movie. I'm still excited about it, despite the controversy with the costume. I'll take the costume. I'm sure I'll make an interesting action figure and everything. With all that stuff. Now, I was also thinking, because Christopher Nolan, he kind of created, well, not kind of, he did create a separate DC universe parallel to the DC universe. Like, he basically, like, this version is basically a lot grittier, and it's a lot grittier, a lot more realistic, and it's not 100% iconic to the comic book counterpart, which he's trying to do. He doesn't want it to be like its counterpart because he wants to separate it from it, which I can understand. Now, my one question is, I kind of wonder where they're going to go with the Justice League film. I know I'm talking about a lot of stuff in this one video, but because they've also said that they're going to re-envision Batman for the Justice League film, which is supposedly still going to be out in 2012, 2013, somewhere around there. Still no Wonder Woman. Superman's already getting a redo. Whether Green Lantern will or not, I don't know. I would definitely like to see Green Lantern get a new costume, because I don't like Green Lantern's costume at all. That whole like veiny musculature green energy. Because the green and the black merged together, it doesn't really look like a costume. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling on and on and on and on and on about this. So let me just end it right here by asking a question to the viewers or listeners. What do you think of the costume? Are you like pissed off about it? Do you love the costume? Love the direction he's going with it? Or do you feel like we haven't seen enough to really judge it? Even though we've seen pictures, we haven't really seen where he's going with it, and I'll wait and see what will come of it. Or are you disappointed, and did you want it to look more like the comic book counterpart, where with the goggles and the more modern look, So write your comments below what you think, and stay tuned for more videos coming soon.